Hi guys, this video is about entire history performance of Dow index, Dow Jones Industrial Average, DJIA index, let me call it Dow index. And last Friday, the August 22nd, 2025, Dow index hit a record price. And this index has been around since 1896. So its entire history spans almost 130 years, actually 129 years. So I got some question myself. What can be the compound growth rate annualized? So I calculated and then I found that over the 129 years, Dow index annualized compound growth rate of return is 5.43%. So if you invest $1 now, and if you wait 129 years, parking your money in Dow index, then your $1 now could be $1,140, 129 years, as long as it grows 5.43% every year. Let me discuss more details looking at some graph. I got some data from Yahoo Finance, and Yahoo Finance Dow index goes back to only 1990s, and I got the more history back from 1990 to 1896 from other data source, Watch, WRDS. And if you look at this graph, you see that multiple number of gray bar. So these gray bar represent U.S. recession. And the most recent recession happened 2020, which was COVID-19, coronavirus recession from March to April 2020. So the recession 2020 was lasting only 2 months officially. That's why the bar is very thin. And the second last recession was 2008 to 2009. And that recession was called Great Recession, not Great Depression, but Great Recession. That was lasting 1 year and a half, from January 2008 to June 2009. And that was caused by the subprime mortgage. And you see that the second last recession, gray bar, which is thicker than the most recent one because it was lasting 1 year and a half. Anyway, for better visual comparison, I transform the raw data to logo transform data. So if you look at this logo transform y-axis, this is press standard. So starting value, May 26, 1896 was $1. Actually, it's 40. Now Dow is 44,000. And I divided 44,000 as of August 2025 with the initial value 40. Then initial value at 1896 May is 1, and current value is roughly 1140, right? And you see that the thickest, the longest recession in history was from 1929 to 1933. That was beginning of Great Depression. You see, if you look at around 1929, Dow index kept plummeting for years, and Dow lost more than 80%, if I remember correct. Maybe 80 something, almost 90% in a few years, right? So this logo transformed graph can be a more easier, better visual representation than this raw value before logo transformation. Anyway, important thing is that then what is compound growth return annualized from 1896 to 2025? I calculated from 1896 to 2025, the annualized compound return was 5.43%. What if I started from 1933? Because 1933 is maybe around here, and still less than 10%, 6.70%, right? So over the almost 92 years, annualized return, growth return of Dow index was 6.70%. What about after June 2000? Then 5.78%. Not that high, because this is compound growth, not simple growth rate, but compound growth rate. And from 2021 June until last Friday, it's a 6.73%. But if we look at only after 2022, from 2022 June until as of last Friday, Dow index compound growth rate is 12.59%. So if you cut off a specific period, beginning and end, the compound annualized growth rate can be changing. But if we look at over the multiple cycles, across multiple economic cycles and recession, Dow index annualized compound growth rate is at best around more or less 6%. But if we cut off from 2022, even Dow index, which is less performing than Nasdaq or QQQ ETF or S&P 500 index and S&P 500 tracking ETFs, even Dow index achieved more than 12% if we cut off at the beginning of 2022 June until today, 12% or even 13%. It depends where we start. So hopefully this video can give us some insight what is long-term average growth rate of Dow index. So hopefully this video can help you prepare for your retirement and grow and boost your wealth over long-term investment. If you find it interesting and this insight is benefiting your the portfolio management for your retirement, and don't forget to click subscription, like, and alert. Thank you very much.